Namaste ji, namaste. Welcome to Courtroom by TLOI. Today we have with us Oshin Sharma, batch of 26, IIT Kharagpur, entrance topper from back in the day. She was in our batch in 23. She's recently gotten the topmost batch that IIT could have given her in the batch. I think that was silver medal, right? Well, silver,
Yes.
I think, for your batch. They do not issue
Yes.
the gold one that is given for MTech or something like that. Right.
Mm.
And then so she topped her batch. She has a 9 plus CGPA, a very, very stellar person. And I wanted her to have a conversation with us regarding IIT Kharagpur's 3-year LB program. Since not many and neither are we very privy to these facts, neither I think the world is also not privy. One of her notable alumni from her institute is J. Sai Deepak, who's a friend of mine, and he's known to basically IIT Kharagpur 3-year LB. Mein. That's a very prominent
Mm.
personality who did it from there. And I think your course is specialized in IPR, I believe.
Yes, honors in IP.
It's honors in IPR. So that's an LLB honors in IPR. Overall, it's
Yes.
like that. ठीक है. So let us now start the conversation with key entrance. So the qualification that you need to be eligible to even sit in this entrance is.
Mhm. So the eligibility is that you need to have a science background. You need not be compulsorily a BTech person or MTech person. So
Okay.
BTech, MTech, BSc, MSc, MBBS, MBAs also. Any science background.
Oh, that's perfect. So what did you graduate in?
So I graduated in a BTech in electrical and electronics engineering.
Wow. And then ये law में कहाँ से मतलब law में कहाँ से basically चढ़ा था ये that interest that spirit basically.
Matlab, I always wanted to do law itself.
Right.
But where I come from, we didn't have any arts subject in our school.
Okay.
And I was good at the science subjects also. Like I got really good percentage in boards as well.
अच्छा.
And फिर मेरे BTech के entrances में भी हो गया था. So then we were like, कि चलो.
Okay, so you are an engineer turned lawyer, and that's basically I
Yes.
think the classic model that IIT Kharagpur also wants for
Yeah,
their.
yeah. There are many engineers. Yeah.
Right. So she prepared with us in the online batch in 23 and she cracked the entrance and somehow we didn't do an interview with her. I do not know. That time we didn't used to do many interviews back in the day. And acha, ab entrance ka kya scene tha? Do you remember? Can you recall like what were the number of questions and what were they geared towards?
I don't remember the number of questions, but it was mostly divided in three parts. The first part was science questions, but those are your basic physics, chemistry, maths questions, nothing like the use sort ki pipes and cisterns, all of that.
Right.
And then you have English section like comprehension, in basic English questions, and then we had the legal section. So I think like around 60 questions might have been from legal, and similarly the other two sections
When
as
we
well.
say legal, so contract torts वगैरह थे, constitution वगैरह मतलब ठीक
हाँ,
ठाक
yeah. Basic subjects of law.
ठीक है. So just like I believe MHCT also asks those even to
हाँ.
ubi just medium and tort के अंदर क्या what is the meaning of the word tort and stuff like that.
हाँ, a little bit of GK also I think must have been there.
Right, perfect. And then now so basically if you want to if as a viewer you want to appear for the IIT Kharagpur law entrance, you need to prepare it like a law entrance, but you need to have a degree in science for you to even sit for
Yes.
this exam, right? And how
Yes.
many seats do you recall? How many seats were there? If that is the
So there are usually like 30 to 40 batch size.
right.
That's it. So that those many seats.
अच्छा और एक ही batch है, right? That you didn't have multiple sections across the batch. You guys just have.
No. We just have one batch, yeah.
So what? So you were 30-40 people on campus, just one, है ना?
Yeah.
ठीक
Yeah,
है.
and then there are like LLM batches also. So those are more in number. There are like 90 people in LLM, I think, this time. And they've opened up more streams also, like criminal, international law, all of those
Right.
things.
Right. This is an excellent, credible 3-year LLB option. Not many people
Yeah.
are privy to this fact, but this is an absolute worthy 3-year LLB option to pursue if you have a science ki degree in your undergrad. Now, Ocean,
Right.
how were your 3 years on
Right.
campus, and how was the time, and how would you rate basically the teachers and the overall experience, basically the knowledge that you gained?
So the first thing is that there's the IIT campus because our department is just a department in the IIT universe. There
Right.
are so many other departments as well. All of them are running simultaneously. So
Right.
first thing that you have to do is get used to the IIT factor itself.
Right.
There are many people who come to this course just for the IIT thing, just so they can call themselves IITians.
Yeah.
So if like people have that thing, then they will enjoy it. The
Yeah.
campus is extremely huge. It's the
Right.
biggest IIT,
Right.
and there are so many clubs that you can join, etc.
Right.
And then the second thing when it comes to our department is the curriculum itself.
Right.
Many people in my class at least had real difficulty to shift from tech based answers to law based answers, because in BTech also we solve numericals or we do coding, which doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of sheets also.
Right.
So there people struggled a lot, like how to write answers, how to study bare acts, and how to study the judgments. Because in constitution law, 1 year you're studying the basic judgments that we have, and those are really long judgments.
Mhm.
So the reading of bare act I got from when I was preparing for my entrance exams, because you had a technique that you bare act that I bought when I was.
Yeah, video slightly buffered. Acha, the bare acts. We heard was bare acts. Huh.
Yeah, so I was saying that people struggled with reading bare acts a lot.
Right.
I did not face it that much because you
Wow,
had
wow.
taught us. So I still have
Wow.
those bare acts that I got while I was preparing in your entrance series.
Yeah.
I still have them, and there are still notes, like small notes in the bare acts. So
Yeah.
for me, it was really easy. I think that's where I got the head start. I scored really high CGPA in my first semester. It
Right.
was 9.4, and
Okay.
it was the highest that the department had seen,
Right.
because we had an infamous professor that we did not get, and so I was able to score higher because she was known for giving like C and D grades.
Right.
So
Right.
there I got also I got the advantage. The professors themselves, I have absolutely zero complaints against the professors. They are definitely the best part about the department,
Great.
because the batch size is small.
Yeah.
The professors know every single student. They also understand that some people might be sharp and brilliant,
Right.
and some people are still struggling because they just shifted from a very technical background.
Right.
So they also cater to their needs, and the doors are always open to ask doubts. Their way of teaching uh, for analytical subjects like contract law, property law
Right.
was excellent. So I faced zero problems from the end of my professors. They were absolutely brilliant and they were amazing. I जितना बोलूं उतना कम पड़ेगा उनके लिए. And
Wow.
even constitutional law, just
That's such a relief
theoretical
to hear
subjects
this.
like. Yes, sir. It was amazing. Like 3 years. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, a few things here and there can be a little awry, but otherwise,
That's okay.
overall experience, the professors are really supportive there.
Right.
And the curriculum itself. So when I come to the semesters now,
Mhm.
the first semester we had 6 subjects, all the basic subjects: constitution, tort, family law,
Mhm.
property law. Then second semester we had 7 subjects,
Okay.
which was also one first IP subject that we studied, which was copyright.
Mhm.
So second semester is a little difficult because there are more subjects a little bit, because 5 years you have to convert it to 3 years curriculum.
Right. I think the video again buffered slightly, so no worries there. I think
And
we heard it all. कि second semester में ज़्यादा थोड़े बहुत I think ज़्यादा subjects हैं. So it's not a trimester system.
huh,
It's not
yeah,
basically a trimester system. Okay. Last I
yeah.
think we said about the semester system. Right?
So
Okay.
semesters can get a little hectic, I would say, especially one semester we had 8 subjects. And last semester May we also had dissertation and grand viva.
Okay.
So I don't know if grand viva is like a thing in 3 year law schools, but
Mhm.
we had a grand viva in which we had to study all the previous subjects of 3 years, and
Right.
then they took our viva.
Right.
It was relatively easy. They weren't like very in-depth questions. So
Hmm.
it can get a little hectic, that's all,
Right. Just
but manageable.
right. ठीक है, perfect. अच्छा. And then क्या बोलते हैं? The examinations. So they are basically two semester-based exams, just like the standard college stuff. कुछ बीच में कुछ internals and all
Yeah,
that.
one mid-semester. So we had mid-semester examinations and end semester examinations.
Mhm.
And when we were in first, second year, we
Right.
had 30 marks mid-sem, 50 marks end sem, and then 20 marks internals, like assignments and stuff. But recently IIT की policy change हुई थी, so then they made 40 marks internals and 30-30 both mid-sem and end-sem exams. So
Okay.
that also happened. So our course increased because of that.
So semester ही हो गया. Then now we talk about the placements. Everyone wants to know कि भाई साहब मतलब कुछ होगा हमारा जिंदगी में इस कोर्स को करने के बाद, and stuff such as that. When you said IIT, that IIT tag also is working in MBA. For example, IIT Delhi has a DOMS ka department which basically does and provides an MBA. So everyone basically wants to run for the IIT tag if they can get it. Because that's either from an IIT IIM, that's like the topmost thing in the country pretty much. तो क्या सीन है फिर प्लेसमेंट का बैच वगैरह का क्या हुआ? And you are working.
Right. So mostly there are companies coming in for internships, and then some companies, some of them give PPO as well, pre-placement offer that they give.
Right.
So there are companies like Bosch, there is TVS, Samsung, Ola, all of these companies are there. So I got placed at Bosch. They came for the internship, and I got 3 of us got selected for the internship.
Okay.
And we did our summer internship there for 2.5 months. And then based on our performance, they gave me a PPO. So I will be joining full time this year in July.
Great, that's excellent.
And then some of my friends got placed at TVS.
Okay.
TVS is also in Bangalore in the IP division itself.
Right.
Then some people are in law firms like Chadda and Chadda was there, Lalan Shetty was there.
Right.
And then there are some other people are in some other companies.
Right.
So placement is decent, I would say. You do need to be at the top of your game to get like a really good package.
Yeah.
उसके बिना तो नहीं हो पाएगा कहीं पर भी. And there's also people going in litigation itself. So companies तो आती रहती है. There's Samsung also, there's Bajaj also. So companies like this, and they're mostly intellectual property inclined, patents and all of those things.
Right.
And Baki, if you want to do litigation, you can get in touch with your alums who are doing litigation and then join under them. So even people are doing judicial clerkships as well from our department.
Right.
So in all sorts of streams.
So Oshin basically, as a viewer, I'm telling you, she has a 9+ CGPA. So ye matlab, she's already at the top of the batch. So you need to perform. It is not merely the college tag as well. You need to basically perform inside of the college also. And I believe the batch is reasonably placed. So there are very, very decent placements. Then would you recommend? Batao, what you were saying, sir.
Because IIT tag is not enough, because our department is separate from IIT. It is, after all, a legal job that you're applying for.
Yeah.
So your reading and writing skills must be really good.
Right.
So those things are not true for the other IIT students. Right. But they have to be true for you. You have to be good at moods and knowledge of law itself.
Right. So basically the standard law school grinds here. And would you recommend people, to take up this option? I believe that you will. But
I would suggest them. I would suggest them one thing, that do not come for the IIT tag. Right. Either come because you wanted to do law and there aren't suitable options other than this college, or you come because you really want to do intellectual property. Some people I've seen are really passionate about patents and they were really good engineers. Right. So they make better intellectual property associates or attorneys. Right. So unless it's either of these two things, you should not come, because then it's really difficult to cope, because there will always be someone who's better than you, and the competition will get to you. So either you're interested in law and you can read bare acts, you're good at the legal thing itself, or you are really passionate about IP.
Right. So at Ocean Wale batch mein, so just as a disclaimer, so back in the day, we used to supply a lot of bare acts, and basically we used to teach a lot of law, because DULLB used to exist like a monstrous law entrance till 22. And then I think it was your batch which basically got shifted out to COET PG, and then it became a general maths-based entrance. So we used to do, in fact, now even till date in our 3-year LLB batch, we do a lot of law, precisely because of this, because so that you don't get hit by, reading a bare act. And IIT Kharagpur wala is just basically specializing in IPR. It's coming from science background. So engineers, waqai mein, this is a stellar point, because of those technicalities that are involved in patents and other IP domains. Basically, engineers will basically be able to understand a lot of IP or a lot of patents specifically. Let's leave aside trademark and copyright, but patent they will dominate. Absolutely. They will basically they will have a head start against
Mm-hmm.
and anyone else. And IIT Kharagpur alumni also, that they dominate IP. So when do
Hmm.
they specialize? When do they make you specialize in IP? In the last year, or is it like
No,
through the 3 years?
throughout.
Throughout the
Throughout 3 years, like in second semester, we have copyright. Then
right.
entire second year, third and fourth semesters, we study patents. We study the
हमारे
objective
यहाँ
part
पे
first.
DU में तो 2 हफ्ते में पेटेंट हो गए.
I mean, because उनका honors नहीं है ना, हम लोग को honors
Yeah,
भी मिल रहा है, so they have
right,
to
right,
also live up to it. And
right.
then we study drafting, and
Okay,
mostly we learn from internships only. Like I interned at Sai Krishna in
right,
second year, तो
right.
वहाँ पे वो drafting कराते हैं. They give us actual patents to study.
Okay.
So all of that is there. And Bosch is a technical company. It's an
Yeah.
engineering company.
Yep.
So whatever solutions they are making, we are looking at those solutions, and then we are doing the live patenting thing.
Oh,
We can
wow.
patent it or not, or how to draft it, all of those
Right,
things. So
right,
that is where we actually learn.
right, right. This sounds stellar. So if you are from a science
Mm.
background, you might just want to consider this option as an
Yeah.
entrance program, and then basically compete for the 30, 40 odd seats, whatever the number exists
Hmm.
as of today.
The
And
seats are increasing. The newest batch, I think they have like 45 students.
and
So it
full-time
will,
residential thing, you get a hostel on campus, or do
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
you get a hostel
All
on?
of us get a hostel.
What was the fee like for the 3 years? Like cumulative fee was
So for us, it was around 92,000 per semester,
right.
but it has increased now. It is like 1 to 1.5 lakhs per semester.
So 1.5 then into 2 is 3 per annum. That includes the
Hmm.
hostel.
Yeah, it includes everything.
It includes everything. So basically around 6 odd lakhs plus padhai vadai sab kuch aana jana mila jula ke. So it should be like a 7-8 lakh rupee fee degree overall as of today. I think it should cost around that bracket, 6 to 8 lakhs, whatever.
6 lakhs,
It will
6
be.
lakhs it was for us,
Hmm.
but for first years it should increase. It should
Right.
be like nine or something.
And what was the placement, like the range basically of, I think it should be around 9 to 12 odd lakhs to the very minimum, I believe.
The highest was I think 25 or something,
Right.
and but usme like one or two people
वो
go.
तो
It's
exceptional
not like
cases
a,
के लिए होती है.
it's like a mass thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and then average is 10 to 15.
Right, right. So that's perfect. And then basically litigation to where whenever you get your boots into the profession, then
Hmm.
basically that.
Like companies mostly pay more than law firms. Law
Yeah.
firms is like 12 LPA, average
Yeah,
11,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
No, companies, because any company which requires this very specialized training, I mean, that's not available in the market. So
Hmm.
that's a distinct market edge that perhaps only IIT Kharagpur graduates have, perhaps. And
Right.
companies with this very specific requirement, they will need to shell up more, because otherwise, law colleges,
Hmm.
there n number में है India के अंदर. That's basically.
Hmm.
But yeah, I believe that should be all the information. If anything else comes to your mind, then perhaps we can conclude or wrap this up.
Nothing. I just think that what I said about the IIT tag, that
Mhm.
I would like to emphasize on that, because there are many people who really come clueless because of the IIT thing, and they
Yeah,
join a lot of clubs and societies here
yeah.
without any end objective.
Right, right, right.
So I think you in first year you will struggle a lot if you can't read law, or if you're not into intellectual property. Either of those things really has to be true,
Yeah,
because genuinely for me it was not that difficult. I would be very honest.
right.
Giving exams and all of those things is obviously difficult,
Yeah,
but the reading the law itself, it came really naturally to me because I took your course in October 2022,
yeah.
and I was studying it till May or something.
Right, right.
So that kind of training I got at reading Bare Acts and things. So it was really nice. I also suggested it to
Mm.
a lot of people asked me also. I remember there was this day where our constitution law professor was teaching us something,
Yeah.
and he asked us a question, and I just said in Re Beruvari because I had studied it in your notes. Nobody else had studied it, and they were all looking at me like this. Ki like, ye pehle hafte mein, how does she know all of this? So that was the thing. Like that is why I remembered you and reached out, because these are the little things
Yeah.
that actually stick to you when you're preparing for these things.
मैं बता दूं to the viewer, basically to the prospective student, is so I in 24-25, because the law entrances basically now what has happened in the law entrance scene. So the NLSAT is the king of the 3-year LB law entrance. They're not specifically asking any law. Matlab, they tell you that we do not need any prior knowledge of it. Then NLU Odisha also follows the same thing. So MHCT follows it a bit, but CUET PG doesn't even ask, but थोड़ी बहुत पॉलिटी पूछते रहते हैं. So बीच में क्या हुआ था, एक साल तो मैंने reduced teaching law back in 24, right after your batch की चलो अब इसकी जरूरत नहीं. And then we resumed it in 25 a bit, and 26 so we resumed it full flow. Again the barracks, whether they ask or not. Just for this very specific thing, क्योंकि बाकी पेपर की skill तो develop करा ही लेते हैं हम लोग for logical and everything. But this really, this makes for a very stark difference in the semesters, and it really, helps you develop a very sharp legal mind, and it makes your life overall a bit easier.
Yes, absolutely.
And वो पढ़ के जाएंगे जैसे अब whether they are asking theft, misappropriation, breach of trust or not, I don't care in the exam, but we now teach it in the batch specifically for this. कि इन बेरुबारी यूनियन एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पॉलिटी से तो खैर हमें प्यार ही बहुत है, तो वहां पे तो वो तो हम मतलब निपटा ही लेते होते हैं उसको, तो we pretty much handle it. But
it really did make my life so easy. Matlab, when I was studying for Grand Viva also in my third year,
yeah,
so because they asked really basic questions, so I went back to my notebooks, my notes from entrance exams.
Yeah,
because उसमें तो बिल्कुल ही basic है, there's nothing in depth.
Yeah.
And I just studied those things, and उससे आधा मेरा revise हो गया.
Right. वो क्योंकि देखिए prelims, MCQ वगैरह like static doesn't change, it remains evergreen, right? Those notes जो मतलब जो बैच में भी जो बनते हैं आज भी जो बन रहे हैं, मैं इनको यही बोलता हूँ कि भाई फेंकना मत. These will serve you for life, whether it's an LLM entrance, whether it's any other higher law entrance, whether it's even for the judiciary. I mean, these notes are pretty much the same. Like the Contract Act is not changing wherever you go. I mean, it is going to remain the same. Constitution and polity, mostly 90% of it remains the same, right? Amendments aside. So it really does help a lot, and that's why we resume teaching law quite in depth now. Again, because this, I believe, gives you a very, very distinct sort of an advantage. But I believe, बताओ.
I'm also hoping to do LLM in a few years because मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि अभी पढ़ के हुआ नहीं है कुछ, अभी तो मैंने कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं है law में.
Yeah.
And there's so much to explore.
Right.
So I will consider doing it from outside India, not from India.
Yeah.
So उसके लिए
that will significantly boost your career prospects as well.
So eventually I will move to litigation itself after Bosch.
Right.
Because that is the end goal, and then I will move to LLM outside.
Perfect. Sounds like a brilliant plan. And I believe on that note we can wrap this discussion up. And I believe that hopefully it has been of help to you. The viewer, that is, now Oshin has been a long time student. I mean, she graduated, as in she joined IIT Kharagpur in 23, but she's been in touch basically for a long time, even though I couldn't be really in touch. I believe that I was but I kept seeing that there is this student basically, and I feel really nice that that people stay in touch long after that everything in life is basically sorted.
Obviously.
In touch, है ना? ठीक है जी. चलो, for that note, we'll wrap this up for the viewer. Take care. Wishing you folks all the very best for your 27th attempt, and take care. Bye.